Okay, Mo, it's I Picked the Topic Tuesday.
Yes.
I'm going to start out with the Reds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Reds are back? Their starting pitching is looking strong.
Well, I think the starting pitching is back, even though it's coming back from not really being there. 15 games, 14 of the starts have been 6 innings or more. That's a good thing. The problem is in those 15 games, they've only gone 8-7, and so they have to continue to win games where they get good starting pitching. They did that last night in Los Angeles. They did it twice in San Francisco. That ratio needs to increase. They blew 2 games in San Francisco where they got good starting pitching, but I think there's something to be encouraged about there. They're starting to get some length. The bullpen isn't necessarily as taxed as it was a month or so ago. Now they need offense to come around, particularly third base. Everybody's focusing on left field. This team has to start getting production from Scott Rowland because he's always going to hit in the middle of the order, and he can't hit the ball out of the ballpark, and there really are no other options behind him. The pitching has come around. Now it's time for the third baseman to hit.
Okay, some rumors out there that some of the Heat players partied with the Mavs after the championship game on Sunday night. What do you think about it?
I don't have a major problem with it. I know we expect our athletes to care as much as we do. Games end and we run to the internet or we go on Twitter or it keeps us up all night. At the end of the night, Miami Heat players, the season was over, summer vacation began. I'm sure they were upset they didn't win, but they've just spent 2 weeks with the Dallas Mavericks. I doubt they were very social during the finals. They went out and hung out and drank and partied and picked up chicks. Look, that doesn't bother me all that much. I've long since passed by the notion that these guys go home and are devastated beyond belief when they lose games. They're not. They carry on. They do what you and I do after work. They just do it at more expensive places with hotter women.
Okay, LeBron James apologized again. What do you think about that?
Fine. He's at the point where he can't win, and he's probably best served by going away, getting away from basketball, and then coming back in a couple of weeks and really working on his game. No matter what he says, it's not going to appease anybody. I think when you're in a position that no matter what you could say, people are going to be upset with you, you shouldn't say anything. I think that's what LeBron James should have done.
Okay, Terrell Pryor chooses Drew Rosenhaus to be his agent. What do you think about that?
Drew Rosenhaus is going to act on behalf of Terrell Pryor, and the press conference was very entertaining today. But look, NFL teams can't like working with Drew Rosenhaus. And if you're Terrell Pryor, you're asking teams in the midst of what's going to be the biggest flurry of activity in the shortest amount of time in the history of the NFL to deviate from that and take a chance on you. And then in order to do that, they have to deal with Drew Rosenhaus. I've got to think there are some teams that aren't going to want to do that.
Okay, Bengals. I'm going to end with them. Big Wit says the team has moved on from Carson Palmer.
Big Wit!
And your thoughts? I want it in one word. What do you think about it?
Good.